So my name is CJ. Welcome to this video. Today I'm going to show you guys how you can start wearing your makeup because I get a lot of questions in my DM about that. Yeah, so the first things you want to come up with is make sure that you have a good skincare routine. A skincare routine can be as simple as just scrubbing your face, moisturizing, and you're good to go. It doesn't have to be expensive. Just figure out what works for you and yeah, you're good to go. So number one is your eyebrows. So it's not a must for you to know how to do your eyebrows. So I'm going to show you what I do if I want to like go for a daily look, because I'm thinking this is a question from somebody who wants like to do a daily makeup look. So first things first, when you want to start wearing your makeup, you need to make sure your face is clean, it's cleansed, and it's, you know, moisturized. So I go from, you can use any moisturizer of your choice. I use shea butter, so that's what I'm going to do and apply it on my face. I already did apply some, but I'm just, you know, doing it for the purpose of this video. After moisturizing your face, you want to go straight to your eyebrows. Now, it's not a must for you to know how to draw your eyebrows if you are a beginner. So what I do on days where I feel like I don't want to draw my eyebrows, I take in a spoolie brush. You need to have one of these. It's good for 50 shillings. Brush up your eyebrows into the direction. I do upward direction like this. Then I take a gel, like hair gel. So you can use a gel of your choice. You can use Eco Styler gel. I tend to use Nice and Lovely gel. That's what I use. Scoop a little bit of that, apply it on your eyebrows going upwards. This is just to set your brows and to just give it a definition of a natural look, because the intention of how to start wearing your makeup is to make it look as natural as possible so that it doesn't scare you. Then you go ahead and take it off. So I brush my brows in that direction upwards. If you want to start wearing makeup, you need to find the right shade for your skin, the right foundation shade for your skin. And for you to go ahead and find the right foundation shade for your skin, you need to know your skin type. Is it dry? Is it oily? Is your skin combination? Is your skin normal skin, or is it dry skin? My skin is usually on the drier side, the normal side, so it's sometimes dry, normal to dry, or dry to normal. That's where my skin is. So when you go to the cosmetic shops and you want to get yourself foundations, you will tell them your skin type and then you'll get your correct foundation. So you'll get hydrating foundations if you have dry skin, you'll get matte foundation if you have oily skin. If you have combination skin, you can play around with hydrated and matte foundation. Sometimes it depends. And foundations that have to be expensive. So for me, I use the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 360. Perfect shade. Before you do that, you also need to get a primer. A primer is meant for your makeup to stick to your skin so that it doesn't move throughout the day. Or you can go ahead and just, if you don't have a primer, since you've moisturized your face, you can still use your moisturizer as your base of your makeup, but I would recommend you getting a primer. A primer is a base meant for your makeup to just stick, for your foundation to just stick and not move throughout the day. So when you go purchasing your foundation, you can also ask for this is not my shade. You can also go and ask for primers that go well with the foundation that you purchase, so that will help you to get like the right foundation. So if you have dry skin, you can get like hydrating foundation or illuminating foundations. They're not foundations, primers. Or if you have big pores, you can get pore minimizer foundation primers, sorry. And if you have oily skin, you can get matte primers. So in my case, I'm going to use an illuminating primer, because Maybelline also has its own brand primer, so it's easy for you to pair them. Okay, so I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Prime illuminating primer. Use your fingers or your brush to apply your primer in your entire face. Also remember, anything you apply on your face, can you take it down to your neck? So that's the rule of makeup. So you have your primer on, so we're going to let that sit on the face, and while that is sitting on your face, now it's time for you to go to the eyebrows. Okay, so because our eyebrows are just seated there and they were just, you know, drying off the gel, so it's time for us to like sculpt them. You don't have to really draw them. I use Davis in the number 18. Make sure it's sharp. And then in the places where you have spaces, just use the light strokes to just stroke your brows, not necessarily drawing, just stroking lightly, just to give it more volume. That's it. We are not doing anything else. Just stroke them lightly. The next thing, because of our primer has sat on our face, it's time for us to go in with our foundation. Now if you're using the Maybelline foundation, you want to go in first with the brush. I like going in with first with the brush, and make sure that you get a beauty blender. If you don't have a beauty blender, this is what a beauty blender looks like, and you have to make sure it's damp. This is affordable. It's maybe 100 shillings, or it depends with where. Jumia sells them in quite an affordable price. You can get them on Jumia. Make sure it's damp. So this is damp beauty blender, and then you want to use a flat brush, a flat foundation brush to apply your foundation. Why do I like using a flat brush to apply my foundation? Because this foundation has a liquid kind of consistency. So if you go in directly with the beauty sponge, it doesn't give you the best coverage that you really would want to go for if you're going for a natural look. But still, you can use it and get a natural look. It's just that I feel like when I use a beauty blender, it kind of like moves it a lot. So I'd like using a brush to apply this, and it's going to maybe pump it on your hand, or if you have a mixing plate, you can do that. But for a beginner, just put it on top of your this part of your hand. I don't know what it's called, and just go ahead and apply it on your face. Because this is a flat brush, you can just drag it around. Okay, as you can see, it's already giving us, covering the blemishes. That, and then you take your damp beauty blender and you dab. Okay, so you dab that. Remember, we're going for a natural look, so that's that. And boom, we have that, and we have this side. Makes a difference? Not so much difference, and that is what you're going for, a natural look. So I'm just going to apply on my entire face. Trust the process. Remember the rule, anything on your face goes down to your neck. That's what you're supposed to do. Try and blend it a bit, at least under your jawline. And there we have our foundation on. So now our foundation is on. It's sitting pretty on the face. Now when you went to go and buy your foundation, you wanted to go ahead and also get a powder. Now the purpose of a powder is just to set your foundation in place so that it just looks a bit more. Right now we look like we're glowing or something, but we just want to look like we're not too oily. So the purpose of your powder is just to bring back that natural kind of look. So when you went to buy a foundation, you also get yourself the same shading, the same shade of powder, same as your foundation. There's so many different powders out there. You can use Maybelline, you can use LA Girl. They're affordable, all of them. They range between 800 to 1,000 shillings. So that is what is affordable is in Kenya. So you don't have to get a loose powder. A loose powder at this point is not a must, but you can still use a loose powder which is transparent and just set your entire face. It's still fine. You can go ahead and use pressed powders, which most people call ponds, to just set your face. I know we used to call them ponds back in the day. Nowadays we call them pressed powders. Oh my goodness. So in my case, I'm using Illegal Pro Face powder in the shade warm caramel. Oh my god, I'm so warm. So we are going to use that to set our entire face, and before you do that, make sure you go ahead and tap your face with the beauty blender to just, especially on your eyelids, so that you get all the areas where the foundation has creased or formed lines. So yeah, that's what you do, and then you get yourself a brush. So when it comes to powders, you can't really apply them with a damp beauty blender, or you can if you are a guru. And now if you are not a guru, which I'm assuming right now you're not, you can use a powder brush. So we have different sizes of powder brushes. We have big and small. So powder brush basically looks something like this, fluffier and bigger and loose. So this is what I'm going to use. So you just dab on your pressed powder like this, alright? Tap off the excess and just press the rest on your face like this. So imagine you're almost done with this look. Simple as that. Yeah, take it down to your neck, apply it on top, and you're done. But if you want your eyes to pop up more, like to have a more neutral color, take a small brush, a smaller brush, like an eyeshadow brush, like a fluffy eyeshadow brush. Go into your pressed powder, alright, dab in there, tap off the excess, and just you know, set your eyelid. Okay, just like that, and you're good to go. So now we want to finish the eyes because we want our eyes to look like we've made effort, we've done something. So we go in with the mascara, and the mascara that I really love and I would really recommend for anyone that is in this Africa is the Zaron mascara. Ooh, this mascara is something else. This one, I think it's a volumizing mascara. Or let me see. No, it's a lengthening mascara. This mascara is the girl that she thinks she is. She does the work. So you just go in the mascara and you comb your eyelashes. Because I'm assuming at this point, because you're a beginner, you don't know how to put on lashes, but you're gonna learn how to do that. Ooh. So yeah, like this. So another thing you can do to your eyes when you want them to pop is add like a liner underneath. Personally, I don't like black liners, or I like colored liners, but at this point I don't feel like applying liners. But you can go ahead and apply liners if you want to, just the normal kawaida wanja that we used to apply underneath our eyes. You know, the wanja that everybody was walking around with black lower lids, that one. But at this point you're basically done. You're done with your makeup, and you want to get yourself a setting spray. Now a setting spray is meant to make your makeup sit the entire day and just stick. A setting spray is kawaida, whether you're going full glam or you're just doing natural thing. Just have a setting spray. And also the same way you would get you would get a foundation based on your skin type, is the same way you're going to get a setting spray based on your skin type. So if you have oily skin, you get a matte setting spray. If you have dry skin, you get a hydrating setting spray. So I'm going to use this LA. I'm using LA Gal setting spray, and you just spray that on your face at a distance. So put it here and just close your eyes and just go like this and just spray a little bit. And you let that sit on your face, and you're good to go. And something that is left is our lips. So I'm assuming because you're starting to wear your makeup, you want something natural. So for me, I would go with, let's say I would go with concealer on my lips, and then I apply a lip gloss. But because we're assuming you don't have a concealer, I would take this beauty blender that have foundation and dab on my lips like this, just to give it a natural color. Just take a common lip gloss, apply that on your lips. Bam! Bam, baby! Look at that. And you're good to go. Super natural, super quick. If you are not talking as much as I was doing, this lip would go for as simple as maybe 10 minutes. Yes, so this you can wear it to work if you're not an all outgoing person and you don't want people to see like, what's happening, girl. This is simple. That is how you start wearing your makeup. So all you need is a gel, okay, a gel, powder brush, not a powder brush, a gel, foundation, primer, powder, and setting spray, and mascara. This is how you start wearing your makeup. This is how you start practicing, as simple as this. And in the meantime, you're also practicing on how you can do your brows in a much perfect way. Okay, so yeah, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and learned something. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. And oh, these earrings, they're available at Chains and Charms. So yeah.